cameo now. So I'm going to give that blueprint away. I'll give it away. I want to see more of me because then I have more partners. We get richer as a team, you know?
Period.
You know, we have a certain kind of discipline that others don't. When you love what you do, it does not feel like work. Time does not exist. And I'm loving my life. It's like a dream. I know where I'm from, and I appreciate where I'm at. And that's what I do. I always take myself to the past so I can say, damn, I was here, now look where I'm at. And then I take myself to the future, and I see where I want to go. And then I eliminate all the obstacles because there's going to be that. That's part of the game. But I just make sure I'm prepared for it. My face is braced to get punched. But, you know, you can't complain if that's the game you're playing. When you're a boxer, you can't get mad when you get hit. You just got to hit back. You're a football player. You can't get mad when you get tackled. You got to get up. That's what being an entrepreneur is. You got to enjoy it. So don't do something for the money. You got to do something because you love it. And then you'll do it well all day long. It's 24 hours in a day. How many hours of the day do you really invest in your dreams? Not making money, in what you love and what makes you feel good. Make that your job. And that's really the message that I really have. And that's what I've been doing. I've been having a ball since I've been moving to my own rhythm, but being honest about what I consider a win, not with other people.
Hey, Dame, when it came to your app and streaming platform, this is Tyrese. Thank y'all, everybody that's tuned in. Definitely wanted Dame to feel welcome on the app. This is a big moment. This is a big time. Don't be like folks that gather around people with wisdom and knowledge and let this moment pass you by. We don't need nobody screaming hallelujah. Write it down, and we need people to really implement the wisdom and the knowledge that he's dropping. Dame, I just want to know, man, right now in the climate in and around creativity, women and women's voices in and around creativity and being bosses, please tell everyone how important it is to have been collaborating with your fiance now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Rock and everything that y'all have been doing and creating and really creating the content that's available. Can you please speak to how much Rock as your better half has been involved from the inception?
Well, I'm going to let y'all in on my business model as it relates to love and being with someone that I want to be around every single day. I don't want a job that takes me away from her. I've been in love before. I never thought I could be in love again. And the person I was in love with had a separate career than me. That was Aaliyah. And because of that, we were never together. There'd be months that we did not see each other. We were in pain every day. So after that experience, my motto was when I fall in love, I create a business with the woman I love, the woman that inspires me. She becomes my muse. And we work together every day. And again, it does not feel like work. It feels like a date. And she's a very special person. I mean, I'm Dame Dash. She got to be ill. She caught a whale. I thought I was uncatchable. And the reason why was because she inspired me so much. So she inspires me. I know to do exactly what she's doing. She's going to inspire the rest of the world. Her taste, her class. And if you notice, I'm not like, again, it's like surprising that I like Tyrese because I don't generally like dudes, period. Like, I don't hang out with dudes. I don't trust them. They're envious. They have nuts and testosterone, pause. And they're supposed to want to be number one. So when you're a man that's doing well in a room full of other men, you got a bullseye on your back. And you got to know that, period. And there's
same with women, Dame. Trust me.
I could dig it. But when, again, when I find a like-minded woman, I want to be around her all day. I want to eat with her. I want to earn with her. And I want every day to be around her. When I win, I want her to feel like she won. When she wins, I want to feel like I won. And I want us to be together more than us not to be together. So if I have and the ability to make my girl's dreams come true because I believe that's my job as a man, then that's what I want to monetize. I want to monetize my girl's dreams. I want to see her happy, and I want her in an environment that she can blossom and grow. Because, I'm about to be 50. It's actually taking me 4 kids to get it right. All my kids are right, but the situations was wrong. I wasn't around my children. I was a visiting dad for each and every one of them. You know, I wasn't able to wake up with them and burp them all day and feel them grow. You know what I'm saying? And for them to be knowing that I'm there every time they cry to pick them up, that's the wealth. Had I not experienced that, my whole life would have been in vain. So I owe everything to Raquel for giving me that, for fighting for that, for watching her create life. It's something I can't do. So, you know, the closest thing to God is the creator of life. The only thing I see creating life is women. So they should be respected. And men seem to twist history up at all times. So it would make sense for a man to pretend he's stronger than a woman when he's really not, just because they're insecure. But most men I know can't survive without a woman taking care of them. I know I'm one of them. But the one thing I won't be is a mom, a man that wants his wife to be a mommy. I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna fight so my wife can be completely comfortable, and she can make that life and create, and she can make the art, and I lead with her instincts, and I've been happy doing that. And that's another thing is, you know, the best thing in the world for me was to be isolated with my girl. You know, it meant that nobody could bother me while I was watching my girl be pregnant, and I could walk dogs every day, and we could create. And it's been a dream. Like literally when I sleep, it feels like I gotta wake up because my life is better than my dreams. And that's what you want things to be. I turn my dreams into a reality, but I look through my woman's perspective. Because if she ain't happy, I'm not happy. If she's aggravated, I'm aggravated. If she's sad, I'm sad. If she's scared, I'm not.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to reset the room, we have almost 3,000 people in here. We have the legend himself, entertainment, business mogul, Dame Dash in the building today. I advise everybody to hit the plus button at the bottom right of your screen and do your friends a favor and invite them to this room. They need to be in here. Let's get this thing up to 5K. Let's max this room out. We got Dame Dash in here. He just relaunched his Dame Dash Studios streaming platform today. You can go to dame-studios.com, learn more about it. Subscribe. We got the legend in the building. Dame, if you may answer, I got a question for you, sir. You've always been an advocate for people being their own bosses. Always preach that. Who are some of your mentors? How have they impacted you, and where do you get your motivation from?
You know, I grab certain things from certain people. You know, to be honest, where I get a lot of my pride from is Muhammad Ali and Farrakhan. Farrakhan sent for me a couple years ago, and when he says he wants to see you, you go out of respect. And I went, and he was like, "Yo, you're the only person I know talking about farming." And he taught me so much about farming and GMO seeds and really how to protect myself. So I've always looked to him for strength, you know, just based on what he did. Sometimes I think his message is misunderstood. And sometimes, you know, because people are scared of him, they can't hear the real productive things that he says for our culture. And it doesn't get showcased. So he's definitely been a live source of serious OG. Taj Mahal is the Dame Dash of blues, and whoever doesn't know who he is should Google him. He's a blues singer, and he's the smartest man I know. When Rocky and I lost a baby last year, he found a house for me in Hawaii, right next to his, and I flew out to Kauai, and he sang the blues to me, man. And he talked to me, and he healed us, man. And I love that dude. And I think more people should know about him. I think, you know, that's a guy I'm gonna definitely showcase. You know, as I'm getting older and understanding how I can help, I've been really inspired by this OSG movement with all these principles with Dennis McKeezy. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that there were black principles, and that if they were black principles, they weren't the kind that would shave off their mustache. They got beards, they swaggy and they fly. The women are there and they're so tasteful, and the conversations are off the hook. And watching black people articulate, talk, debate, fight for people other than themselves, they don't showcase that. So I've been highly inspired by that, you know, and understanding this unrecognized trauma. I know Melanie's in the room, and if she wants to say something, she should. But I think therapy is important for all of us because what we consider normal isn't 90% of the world's normal. Being outside, shooting, watching people get killed, watching your family struggle in a certain kind of way, that ain't, the rest of the world doesn't go through that. And most Black people don't get therapy. So there's no study of Black people as it relates to therapy. So when Black people finally get it, they get the wrong therapy. So I've been dealing with unrecognized trauma a lot, and learning about politics, like Andre Carson, the congressman, who was in that building when they was rushing and hit me like, yo, they bugging out here, but really fighting to pass laws. And Senator Eddie Milton, like really explaining to me how to lobby and how to make a real change. That's inspiring me, really trying to help. I've been kicking it with the Bishop Pennell, and he's been explaining to me about like, yo, and this is something that's a touchy situation for most. But the reason why, racism, it starts where you think you're number two and you think God is white. The proper translation for the name Jesus is Yahshua. It's not Jesus. Jesus is a European interpretation of the name. So we follow another culture's interpretation of the name and look to their, thinking that it's them that's God, and we're thinking we're number two. So learning about that and learning the history, even kicking it with like guys like Andre Carson and all these people you can see on the network who's translated the Emerald Tablets and talks about the Anunnakis and all the things in text that speak about the things that happened out of space and things like that. The truth has been inspiring me. What's been controlling us, breaking those patterns, that's been inspiring me. Being savvy in that, being able to talk that talk, and really walk it and empower the people that are really helping. So I'm different every day depending on who I'm around. But right now, what's inspiring the most is those that are helping, those that are fighting unapologetically, those that are figuring out a new way to do things, as opposed to trying to be stuck in the old world, knowing the old world doesn't exist anymore. So that's what's been inspiring me right now. You know what I mean?
That's gems right there, brother. I appreciate your insight on that. If I may ask about Dame Dash Studios, what compares you to your competitors? Are you in that mind state? Are you very competitive when it comes to what others are doing, or are you just creating your own lane and just got your foot on the gas? Tell us more about your mindset in regards to what others are doing and your vision for Dame Dash Studios.
The difference between my streaming service and others is there's a point of view. So like when you go to a Netflix, if you want some gangster shit, there's only like a little bit. It's not enough to keep you there more than a day. But mine is for like-minded people that want change, that want real authentic experiences, that want to empower others. And my streaming service sells things. You're walking into a world, and my streaming service teaches you how to have your own streaming service. If I'm making a lot of money, I'm gonna teach y'all how to get the same money. My streaming service doesn't outsource. We make all our own stuff internally. There's no reason for it. A lot of streaming service licenses. That makes no sense. You're renting someone's stuff. For that money you rent and have to give it back, you can make your own. And you can rent it to other people. You get residual income. So the difference is also the people that have access to me, the people that I choose to give my block to click their work, are people that are like-minded, people that, I don't like too many people. I don't like people that are pretending there's something they're not and helping to empower them instead of us. I can't stand selfish people. And what I really hate is scared people. Not hate, feel sorry for, because fear is what controls us. I don't think fear is something that is instinctual. I look at my dogs. I have 4 of them. The one thing I know is they don't have any fear of death. They have no concept of it. They run at dogs that could tear them up because they're not scared. And I see that people are scared to make their dreams come true. The first thing they think about is why it shouldn't happen And the bad part about it, I choose to always look at the light, not the dark. There's a yin and a yang in everything. There's a dark and a light. It's about your perspective on it. And that's how I look at things. You understand what I'm saying?
Yo, Dame, this is Scrap.
What's up, Scrap?
Listen, man, you know, you're one of the most influential people in our culture, have been for the last 20, 30 years, right? Out of everything that, you know, you've made an impression on everybody within the sound of your voice and my voice right now. And I would say, you know, when you've made that kind of an impact, the question becomes, what does your legacy look like? Like, what do you want your legacy to be when people talk about Dame Dash in the future?
You know, I don't even think like that. You know, I think more like how my family is going to be living. You know, like the Kennedys, or, you know, one of those families where, you know, my painting is at the top of the you know, the dining room in our compound, and, you know, 4 or 5 generations is living real easy. Like, I look at the Marleys, man, they're royalty. You know, they can live in that bubble. All of them do. I love their life. They're all creative. You know, I want to create a legacy for my family, something that they can continue to pass and expand and evolve. And people ain't going to be talking about me. They're going to be looking at me because I documented it. That's what the television network is for, because I know that, you know, people will try to take credit for the things that I've done. They'll try to pretend they're cooler than they are and that they're smarter than they are. But I got the receipts visually, and I'm going to edit it up the right way, you know, unapologetically. So, if anything, just knowing that I've been legit, consistent, you know, watching myself age on television like every single decade is crazy. But the consistent thing is this: I'm saying the same shit, you know? I've been preaching freedom and love and unity and doing it on our own when people thought it was nuts. You know, fake ostracize me. Niggas selling nickels trying to ostracize the plug, someone that's doing weight, which was funny to me. But that's that narrative that controls people. You know, when people try to make somebody look bad when they're doing good and make people look good when they're doing bad, that's an agenda. Putting certain people in control and you know, giving them certain kinds of platforms and visuals just because they're doing wrong by our culture. I'm sick of complaining about it. I always have to be doing something about it. And what's stopping me? I ain't doing nothing to hurt nobody. I'm doing something to help everybody. And it's crazy because the more I try to help over the years, especially in the beginning, the more people resented the help because it made them accountable. You know? But you know, as far as it's about the legacy of my family. You know,
Hold
I
on.
want to make sure my kids is all right
We fixed
as
it. We
adults.
fixed it. There was
You know
an
what I mean?
echo. Yes, sir. Yeah, there was an echo, but it's fixed now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 4,000 people in the room. We want to get to 5,000. We want to max this thing out. I need everybody to ping at least 5 people. They do not want to miss what's going on. We have the legend himself, entertainment business mogul Dame Dash, in the building today here on Clubhouse. Today is the official relaunch date of his Dame Dash Studios streaming platform, streaming service. It's an amazing day. Number one, congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Some of the people want to know, how can aspiring filmmakers or current directors, producers submit to you? What is your process on working with those aspiring to connect with Dame Dash Studios?
Well, you know, it's COVID, so I can't really get in front of anybody right now. But I think, you know, it's like if I know you, I'm gonna be honest. Really, it's like you got to know me. Really, you know, it's not really a situation where I'm really looking. I feel like I'm a magnet for my energy, and I've never looked for talent. It's always showed up. So I'm receptive to it. I'm open to it. But it's hard to find people that look at success the same way I do, that look at opportunity the same way I do. You know, a lot of times people say, Their dreams are to be creative and to do whatever they want. And I put them in my studio. I got a studio, where we have all the cameras, we own everything, and we shoot. And I haven't been in there in 3 months. And I open the door to a lot of creatives, and those creatives don't show up. It's funny when someone says something's their dream and it's presented to them, they get scared and they do nothing and think of every reason not to. So it's like when I find somebody that has the same kind of discipline and confidence, tenacity, and unapologetic, I want to take this opportunity, like you giving me a chance to hustle on your block, I'm going to have some work because it's clicking. But I don't see that very often. You know what I mean? But when I see it, like, I'm not here to make everybody's dreams come true. And I'm not trying to be like, I got my own dreams to make come true. And then we're like-minded and we have the same dreams and it'll happen. But you got to look at opportunity the same way I do. Sometimes I get with people that say they're independent. I put them on. As the minute somebody waves a bag in front of them, they jump complete ship. And it's happened like, 20, 30, 40 times. And I'm not even mad. I expect it. I haven't met anyone like me that wants it like I do. You know what I mean? I haven't met anybody that doesn't want to fit in, that wants to be different, that wants to do it on their own, that doesn't want to be validated by another culture, wants to really make their culture stronger and really want to share. I never seen nobody do that. A lot of people come to me to help them. And a lot of times it's not a fair exchange. They don't want to help me. They just want me to help them. Those aren't the people I'm fucking with. If you drive up to my spot with a 2-door car and you got kids, I'm not fucking with you. You understand what I'm saying? I better see a minivan.
Wow, that's amazing. We have some key people on this app in this room right now. Shouts out, of course, Tyrese, Billboard in the building, Amber Rose, Just Blaze, and welcome Grant Cardone as well. Mr. Cardone, welcome.
Cardone, the people that do my shit, Ryan was talking about him. I hear he's making moves.
Hey, Dame, like, man, you sitting here, you talking so deep to me right now. This is Grant. And I got, like, I can't, like, I literally just walked to the restroom, came back in here and told my wife, I said, Elena, I'm done. I'm done with these TV people. We're gonna create our own TV just based on what you just said. I'm tired of being the little man.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to struggle. Actually, every time. It got to get, like, you got to train. You got to feel pain. You got to make yourself uncomfortable to really get to the goal. Like I said, you can't be great while you're comfortable. So if you want to do something different, you have to do it different, period. If you're stuck in the same place, it's because you're doing things the same. It might have got you to one step, but you got to get to the next. So that means you got to change shit up, which is another reason why I changed up Dame Dash Studio. You know what I mean? And again, it was like, nah, fuck, because I was like afraid of the maintenance and all the things that come with building your own app. I've been through that before. But the way they was treating me was disrespectful, Vimeo.
Well, I would say, Grant, you don't have to build your
own. It pissed me the fuck off.
Y'all can kind of figure something out where, you know what I'm saying, you can support what he has going on. I think that'd be awesome.
No, I get that.
I think let's click up, bro. Let's just do something together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
I'm an animal.
That's what we got to do. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, no, like the guy you're describing that you can't find. I can't tell you how many people have come to me and said, I'm ready. I want to go. I want to do it. I'll throw down. And then they don't even show up once.
And then it aggravates you and they make you the bad guy. You give them a lotto ticket. They mad at you because you didn't cash it for them. You know what I mean? It's crazy. People talk a good game, but they don't play the game. The ones that judge are the ones that aren't in it. But I see potential in people. And I always want to, it's better to find the artist before everyone else does, before they die, and create with them. But you got to have confidence in people that don't already have. So if you look at any artist that I ever signed, I never got with an artist after he was hot. I ain't get out, we made him hot. Pause. Or they were hot and we showcased it. But, you know, the genius of it is discovering it before everyone else does and having confidence in it, like a Kanye or a Jay-Z or a Beanie Siegel or a Cameron or a Kevin Hart or a Lee Daniels or a Rachel Roy, you know, all of which I'm not partners with. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are on stage and have a question for Mr. Dame Dash, feel free to ask. I can go ahead and ask one myself. My question to you, sir, is today is the relaunch of your platform, your streaming service, Dame Dash Studios. What have you learned most from the initial launch until now? Tell us more about the relaunch and just the process from day one to today.
Well, I think the world is ready. The world is finally ready for this, you know. And I'm learning about algorithms, to be honest. I underestimated algorithms and how they're manipulated. And my thing is when people manipulate things for bad, I got to manipulate them for good. And I also learned about the people around me, what I need around me, what I need to do, who supported me, you know, who deserves that opportunity. But at the end of the day, everything's forgiven. It's about where you're at right now. You understand? I'm not going to judge you for your survival tactics and any weakness that you've displayed to survive. But if you're aware, you're responsible. So what are you going to do now? That's my thing.
Yes, sir. Any of the speakers, feel free to use this moment to ask Mr. Dash a question. And before you do, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at 5K. Please ping your people, do them a service, get them in here. They do not want to miss out. We have Dame Dash in the building. He is relaunching today his streaming platform. It is called Dame Dash Studios. Go to dame-studios.com right now. Do yourself a favor and sign up. You already signed up to these other streaming platforms. The man is here right now talking to you and enlightening you about his vision, where he's moving and where he's headed to. It is our time now to support the man. Mr. Dame Dash is on Clubhouse today. Speakers, feel free. This is your moment to ask Mr. Dash any question you'd like.
Hey, Dame, Mr. Tyrese. We've had these conversations privately, man, but so many people are focused on the records sold, the Grammys won, the artists that you believed in long before anybody else believed in, all the ones you just mentioned. What were some of those moments? Um, give us two, maybe three examples of moments, even though you're determined, even though you got all this will and ambition all over you, and that's been you, a go-getter from the beginning. But give us two or three examples of those moments where you almost quit, where you just got so in a place where you almost quit, and then what made you push through. It can be an artist you were working with. It could be just moments where it became challenging. I think a lot of us as entrepreneurs, we make the mistake of talking about the 100 million, the records sold, the awards, the cabinets, the planes, the boats, the lifestyle. But a lot of us don't talk about the challenges that come with living this life and beside deciding to be that entrepreneur. You know, in detail, we would love to hear you share just a couple of moments where you almost quit and what made you push through.
You know, Tyrese, I ain't never almost quit, bro. It ain't no such thing as that. I don't see me losing. I can't visualize it. I just feel like it's just more fighting to do. Losing a battle doesn't mean I lost the war. It just means I got to learn from it. You know, but the battles and the wars, I choose them. I do it for fun. You know, I'm a guy that like, for working out and staying in shape, I like to box. I like to fight. I do it for sport. You know what I mean? But I like rules. I like fair engagement and shit like that. I could have been complacent. I could have made music for the rest of my life. I could make a hit record in my sleep, literally. But it just didn't fulfill my soul in that way. I thought there was a bigger picture. I want more. So, my wars right now are for fun. It's because I'm inspired. I never want to quit. I'll quit people. I'll quit doing it a certain way and do it another way. But, I've been learning a lot with the OSG. Dennis introduced me to this dude, Dr. Jai. He's a chemist from Philly. He breaks that shit down. He's 30, a doctor, black dude. And he was like, yo, chemistry is just, you have an equation, a place you want to get to. And then you got to figure out how to get there. And there's so many different ways. I love that shit. You could get to $1 million by selling your fucking ass. That's one way. That's not the way I'm doing it. I'm going to get to $1 billion by fighting for what I believe in, helping other people, looking good while I do it and having fun. I can't quit that war because it's optional, but they're my dreams and it's fun. I'm having fun, bro. I've been living the dream every decade of my life. I'm a regular dude with the wherewithal to say, yo, I come from 142nd Street in Lenox, 1199, 109th and First Street. I'm first generation bred. I know how it feels to be dead broke, and I know how it feels to be rolling. I like rolling. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, and I fight to make sure I stay rolling because I don't need to go back there. When you have success relatively young, you can't keep your ceiling low. My ceiling got to be a sky. You know what I'm saying? So there is no depression. I be laughing. I promise you. I think that it's crazy that I'm famous. I don't even look. You see how you tell me shit? I be like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm just a regular nigga having fun. Falling in love is the most important thing in the whole world, bro. And if I can say anything to anybody here, yo, you got to find that love. But you got to love yourself first before you know how to love others. I know how to love me. I don't care. I know how to be selfish, so selfish that I can help everybody because when I'm rolling, everybody I love is rolling. That's my version of selfish. And only the people I love are rolling. That's my...
Well, Mr. Dash, I'd like to congratulate you. It seems like, oh, I'm sorry, you were skipping. I don't know if your connection was in and out, but I'd like to congratulate you. It seems like every platform you step on, you're definitely breaking the ground. We just maxed out the room today on Clubhouse. Congratulations. Congratulations on shutting down Clubhouse, man. Today is a monumental day. It is the relaunch day for Dame Dash Studios, dame-studios.com. Go and get your service. Congratulations, sir. This is the Rundown speaking. If there's anyone on stage that has a question directed at Dame, feel free.
And let me just drop one more thing on y'all. In 2 weeks, I'm launching linear 24-hour television in LA, in Atlanta, in Charleston. 24-hour TV, linear television. And I'll explain that business model as well when we launch. But I just wanted to tell y'all that. But any questions, I'll answer. And I appreciate this forum. Everybody here, feel the energy over the phone. It feels like people that want to get money. Let's click up. Let's become a family.
Sure.
Let's get money together.
Amen.
Hey, Dame, it's SNS.
Yeah, Dame,
SNS.
I'm just showing you some love. I'm here tuned in. It's PJ Kev. I'm just here.
PJ Kev, DJ SNS in the building for Dame.
Hey, Dame, may I ask you a question to add to what you just said?
Just chimed in. Let's get Kenny Burns up on the street.
Yes, sir. Let's get him. I got him.
I want to ask Dame a question. Ryan.
As well, so.
What's up, S?
Hey, can I just ask you a question to echo what you just said? Because I thought your last message, Dame, was very, very powerful, especially when you talk about not visualizing yourself losing and about loving yourself. What's your, just to echo on that, what's your message to the young people in this audience, right? I'm just 26. I'm a young entrepreneur, just fighting every day to make it, right? One day at a time, moving the needle forward. What's your message to young people in this audience starting up in industries that are heavily dominated by certain giants? Because that's exactly what you're doing. And
Hold on, man. Trying to find the
You're
replay.
26. I'm 49. I'm 50 in a couple of months. Visualize what you want to look like at my age, what you want your day to look like, right? From the second you wake up to the moment you go to bed, what you want your kids' lives to look like, what you want your girl's life or your husband's life to look like. And think about what you got to do to get that. And put that shit on a timeline. And you should know if you're late. You should know if you should be worried about worrying as opposed to doing. Because the thing is, when you're doing something, you're not worried because you're doing something. But if you have time to think about shit you did, then you're not doing anything right now to fix it. You know? My thing is, if you look at yourself as a giant, you're a giant. If you think you soft, you soft. If you think somebody's tougher than you, then they are. Don't think like that. I tend to think the opposite. Period. I'm the giant. They're the underdog. To me, any room I walk in, nobody's cooler than me. Nobody's having more fun than me. And I know that for a fact. No one has more taste than me. You know, unless you're a professional, I don't think you can beat me. Period. Unless you could teach me something, listen. Unless you've done it, listen. You know what I mean? Or show me something. That's how I see things.